When we come back, we're going to stick around right here. Tyson Gay getting ready for the AT&T men's 100 meters. A look at the American record held by Maurice Green at 9.79. The world record, Jamaica's Asafa Powell at 9.77. Larry, we noticed just a few moments ago, it is very still. Conditions rife, perhaps, for something special tonight, perhaps a world record. And Tyson Gay is looking for big things to happen this year on the track.
I think this year, the 100 may be my favorite event. Considering all the excitement I've had in the 100 this year, I've came close to breaking the world record. So that's kind of made it my favorite event. 9.76! It's more so a personal goal. I'm gonna have a lot of friends and family here, and it would be nice to break the record, you know, on U.S. soil. I may be a better 200-meter runner. The 200, I think, is more so about bragging rights. Who's going to be the next person to run under 19.6? You know, I think 19.6 may be the standard that people want to run. It's about who can take it to the next level, you know, and I want to be the first to do that.
Tyson Gay already has run a 9.76 and a 9.79 this year, albeit 2 wind-assisted times, but just barely, Larry.
You're exactly right. And his dreams are about to clash with reality. Jamie Samuels, just a freshman down at the University of Arkansas, trains on the same track as Tyson Gay does. And he's got a great future, and he's a former U.S. national junior champion.
A bit of a local product here. Mark Jelks, former Indiana State high school champion, won a championship right here on this track back in the day in high school.
Went to West High School in Gary, Indiana.
And one of the big stories in the semifinals was this guy, Leonard Scott, who catapulted out of the starting blocks for a nice lead on Tyson Gay before Gay finally caught him.
Very explosive out of the blocks. 2006 world indoor champion at 60 meters, and he's a factor.
Tyson Gay downplaying his celebrity status, saying, I'm just a regular country boy from Lexington, Kentucky. Hardly. Meanwhile, Trindon Holliday, a runner-up in the collegiate ranks this year at the NCAA championships.
Talk about size. All 5 feet 5 inches is Holliday. And this is a surprise here. Leroy Dixon ran well in the semifinals, and he is from South Bend, Indiana, an All-American out of South Carolina.
Out of Florida State, Walter Dix has a 9.93, the fastest time in the world this year. Didn't look incredibly sharp in his last race, and Doc Patton rounding out the field in lane 8. The AT&T men's 100 meters. One more look at the field. Tyson Gay running out of lane 4. Walter Dix in lane 7. Holliday in 5. Notorious quick starter.
There appears to be very little wind right now at the end of the stadium. The flags are hanging straight down. 45 steps to glory.
They're off clean. Holliday out fast, and now here comes Gay. Tyson Gay is starting to move. Tyson Gay walking away with it in 9.84. Unofficially into a headwind. Wow, that is impressive.
That wind, if you do the math, and I've done all that stuff before, that's about a 9.81 seconds for the 100 meters if there was no wind. A terrific performance by Tyson Gay. You give him a tailwind of about 1 meter per second, and that could have been a new world record. That's how finite and how difficult it is. Let's take a look at the start. Gay, not the best of starters. He lifts well by the 20 to 30 meter mark of the race, but in a field like this, he's going to be 3rd, 4th, or 5th at best. Look at him just lift. Watch the speed of his legs turn over. Nobody's faster. Top end speed up at 28 miles an hour over the last half of that race.
That 200 meter strength and endurance really paying dividends, and Tyson Gay starting to do a little work with former sprinter John Drummond working on his starts, maybe seeing a little improvement here.
I said to him after the Reebok meet where you just missed the world record, what did you do in training? You didn't run any meets. He said, I stayed away. I worked for 3 weeks on my start down in Arkansas.
Lewis Johnson has the winner.
Thanks so much. Tyson, did you think this was the moment?
Yeah, I did. I was just hoping the wind would be a little more friendly.
But, you know, I'll take the win because that's my fastest time into a negative win.
It was awfully fast into that negative win. Let's go back to the start. You've been working with John Drummond, working on that reaction time. How was the start today?
It was a lot better. I think that was my best start of the year. I felt I was right with Scott, and he's one of the best starters in the field. And I just felt that once I get out with him, I'll be able to accelerate past him.
And I watched you with about 20 meters to go. Your eyes were as big as a silver dollar. You were looking for something. How much longer do you think before you'll have your place in history?
Man, I don't know, man. You know, I'm trying not to focus on, like I said, New York, but I think when the right conditions and it's time, it'll come.
All right, congratulations. And, oh, by the way, he is going to Osaka, Mark.
All right. Well, look at the final results. The guys in second and third place not so sure about making the trip, although they qualify. Holiday and Dix. In fourth, it's Jelks and Samuels, who might be replacements. The fastest time in the world this year, 9:84.
And, Mark, the fastest time ever run into a headwind in history. Look at him get out of the blocks. He's notoriously known as a guy who doesn't get off the blocks that quickly, but look at him lift and watch these last 40 meters.
Tyson Gay poised and ready to bring the world record in the 100 meters back to the United States of America. Asafa Powell, you are officially the hunted right now, and the guy hunting you down is Tyson Gay. Just a reminder, coming up on Saturday on NBC, more coverage from the USA Track and Field Championships from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Then Saturday night on ESPN2 from 7 to 8. You can join us once again. Then Sunday it wraps up from 1 to 3 on NBC. For Dwight Stones and Larry Rossum and Lewis Johnson, I'm Mark Jones saying, hey, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. So long.
Now the runners are gathering themselves, and of course, if you just joined us, one of the favorites is not in the race. Xavier Carter, injured earlier in the semifinals.
A tremendous and disastrous mishap where Xavier Carter on the left of your screen crashing to the track, grabbing that right leg. He had a knee injury earlier in the season. An MRI proved that the knee was okay, but apparently there were problems again. Xavier Carter had another MRI today. We don't know the results of that, but most importantly, his world championship team dream was dashed.
As we take a look now at Sean Crawford. Now, he's the defending Olympic champion at 2004, but that lane 1 draw, I think, has really put him in a hole. That is the worst lane for a 200-meter race anywhere.
Lane 2, Jordan Bodden, who was last year's runner-up. In lane 3, Jeremy Warner.
And Warner here trying to prove himself in the 200. We already know what he'll do in the 400. Jeremy Warner with the dream of breaking Michael Johnson's world record in the 400. And the better he gets at this event, the better chance he has of doing that.
Lane 4, Rodney Martin, third in this event last year, hoping for better today. Ranked 8th in the world last year. In lane 5, Wallace Spearman.
And we've seen Spearman win in all kinds of ways this season. He's allowed to stay back early on in the race and then punch it up the home straightaway. But this is a race where he'll have to put the medal all the way down from start to finish.
Lane 6 is Tyson Gay, going for his second win here. Took the 100 on Friday night.
Tom, there is not a hotter sprinter in the world right now. If he dreamed this race up and you asked him what lane do I want, it would be lane 6 or 7. Here he is in lane 6. He's got all his competition behind him. He is going to get out hard and hold down the straight.
And in lane 7, wearing the orange of the Tennessee Vols, he was second in the NCAA championships earlier this year, Reuben Williams. And that's the field for the 200 meters. Looking for lane 6, Tyson Gay from Lafayette High School, Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh.
And the University of Arkansas.
I'm going to tell you, I think that there's some real drama here with Wallace Spearman on the right there in the yellow and Tyson Gay on the left. You know, Wallace Spearman does not have a great turn, and we know that, right? His forte is when he gets to the straightaway, then he drops that speed on everybody. But the pressure's going to be on him because Tyson Gay is going to get out, right?
But remember, too, Lewis, Wallace Spearman has a history of running down Tyson Gay in the straight. Let's see what happens here.
Can't forget about Warner in 3.
And it's a fair start. And Tyson Gay is away well, already making up the stagger. Spearman trying to keep up. They turn for home, and Tyson Gay blazing to the front. Gay has the lead. He's all by himself. They're coming to the line. Tyson Gay continues to pour it on. Spearman second, but Gay a dominant performance at 219.62.
The second fastest 200-meter time ever run. Tyson Gay demolishes one of the best 200-meter fields ever assembled. 19.62. I said it. He is the hottest sprinter on the planet right now, Lewis.
That deserves a big old wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tyson Gay from the beginning dropped the field. Imagine Wallace Spearman seeing that and not being able to physically react to what Tyson Gay was doing.
That's like your worst nightmare. The guy who I'm trying to catch is pulling away from me and he's not coming back. Reminds me of Atlanta 1996 with Michael Johnson.
Well, Spearman and Gay, the former Arkansas Razorback teammates. Michael Johnson witnessed a big effort there into a slight headwind at that.
Look at this. At this point, Tyson Gay is on cruise control. I really figured at this point he was going to run 19.4 or 19.5, but no one to push him. 19.62, the second fastest 200 meters ever run into a headwind. A fantastic performance by Tyson Gay. This is the performance of the meet, guys.
Breaking Michael Johnson's meet record that we saw earlier.
And to close the story on Jeremy Warner, he was back there fighting his way up the straightaway, but it's all about Tyson Gay being the most dominant sprinter in the world.
And the most dominant in the world is next to Bob Newmeyer.
All right, and we have all three of this powerful men's team. Tyson, first you. Asafa Powell is out there. Should you be the favorite in both the 100 and the 200 in the World Games right now?
I mean, as of right now, everybody's the favorite. I don't count nobody else. I'm just still trying to work hard and stay focused.
But the way you're running, devastating fields in both the 100 and the 200. I mean, you've got to be optimistic going into Osaka, don't you?
I mean, I'm confident.